Hello, 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 everyone. How are you all? Hopefully, you're doing well. So, we're starting today actually with a card draw because while off stream, we got a new follow from Flexi JP, which is Vikali from Guildmaster from Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. Of course, it opens up over there again for whatever goddamn reason. Okay, where'd we leave off? Oh, yes. We need to queue into Final Steps of Fate here. Okay, do I have any particular things I need to put down for quest on that? Flying rogues. Well, while we're waiting, might as well go do some. I wasn't sure if I had much about it or not. Well, I didn't have to go very far for any of these. Still another nest somewhere. There it is. Follow the fates. Hey, North, how are you? And Kupo to you, too. We're all you want, Nidhogg.
Echoes of truths that once rang clear. Two souls intertwined, one true love they did find, bringing life and heaven's
Well, that's unfortunate. Black Mage and one of our healers down almost instantly. Okay, which, I don't remember, I think it's this one's first. Shit. Don't turn them into the group. There we go. Yeah. He was a fool, alright. For being under geared in comparison to everyone else, I'm still fourth. I'd say that's doing pretty damn good. Somehow only beaten by a healer. At least a non-tank standard. Then again, only me and the Dragoon haven't... No, me and the Dancer haven't died. I think everyone else, except for the other healer, have. think we're supposed to stack on that, but... No, we need a stack on that. Hey, I think that's actually the first time I have ever not died on that. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And I received a bunch of player comms off that. Woohoo! I'll take that. Not often you get those as a DPS.
Estinian!
Is this to be mine end? Nay, I will not allow it. I am of the first brood. I am vengeance incarnate. I am Nidhogg! Thou shalt die by my hand!
You're lucky to get one. Well, normally I am too. But I'll take 3.
This is not your hand, worm! Thou wilt obey!
Well, 7 would have been gold.
I would ask one last favor of you, Warrior of Light. Finish me, now, while I have the beast subdued! You waste your time. Kill me! It is the only way! Ending Nidhogg will be my final duty!
No! You can't die like this! I won't let you! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Our two lost companions helping us save the Azure Dragoon. Not that I really kind of want to, because Estinian's a dick. Give me a sail or hoss front back.
that once rang clear.
Estinian's a dick.
Two souls intertwined, one true love they
Prove me wrong.
find, bringing life.
Es Ines. Akur
Memories dimmed by shadowed hearts.
Still doesn't make him not a dick. Give me the two nice heroes that died back.
One soul's cry, a passion welling within. Sacrifice, a final plea to her kin.
The eyes! Cast them into the abyss!
Yet this bond of hope, by treachery was
But it's not a true abyss.
shattering her words.
And you're both throwing them into the exact same area. By doing that, you could very well still allow for them to bring back Nidhogg as part of the story. See, this was an entire thing I skipped back when this first came out.
He lives. Ah, Estinian, my ill-fated friend. Lucia, summon the healers. I want them ready to receive him.
At once, Lord Commander.
Allow me to do this much, at least.
Well, at least Rauschvigard's still alive.
Alemon Innitegdram. Fall in.
You have my gratitude, Hresvelga. Your deeds this day have saved a great many lives.
Al-U and Fi. Ustra Udin Instra Rare. An Hesnesh. One in Nest Ik an. Keifta.
The battle is won. We can do no more for Estinian now than bear him home and wish him well, even as Hraesvelga did. The rest we must trust to the hands of the healers and the grace of the gods.
Let's see. Where? Go back to Gunbreaker. And, well, time for a Stream Raiders battle here. Let's see how this goes. I don't predict it going well. But we'll see. Yeah, like I said, I didn't predict it going well. Just my flying rogue and someone else's tank? Yeah. We did fuck all to this unit. Let's see here. Try going that route there. Through the haze of pain I swear I sensed, but no, the past is done, and we must look to the future at long last. Nidhogg is gone, his foul spirit cast out once and for all. I only pray that Estinian survives their ordeal. Your battle with Nidhogg's Shade will beget many an epic ballad, and rightly so. It was without a doubt one of the more epical victories, though I must admit that I took greater joy in seeing you emerge from the experience unscathed. And not only for your own sake, had you not been there to aid me, those infernal eyes would still be fused to Stinian's mail. Yet even with Nidhogg gone, I cannot help but wonder how much of our friend remains. Let us pay a visit to Lucia and beg news of his condition. My honored friends, as if winning Roshvigard to our cause were not enough, you took it upon yourselves to rid us of his brood brother. I know not how to thank you. My own contribution was hardly noteworthy. The true saviors of the day were you and Estinian. One triumphed over Nidhogg's Shade through strength of arms, and the other through strength of will. And speaking of Estinian, what news of his recovery? The Azure Dragoon was conveyed to the infirmary where he now resides under the care of our hospitalier. Captain, I am told, he has yet to regain consciousness. But as you know, Estinian's mind and body were held hostage for many days. We must be patient and allow the process of healing to begin. In the meantime, you would do well to rest and recover from your own ordeals. But surely, Sir Merrick never long from Estinian's bedside and will send word the moment there are any developments. Now, if I have satisfied your concerns, I believe Lord Edmond and his sons are most eager to celebrate your return. I'm the Warrior of Light. I don't ever get to relax and take it easy. Very well, First Commander. Come, 'twould seem that we are waited at Fort Tom's Manor. I mean, honestly, if this was from the newer Final Fantasy games, there'd be a whole actual relaxation scene where it's like, hey, go take it easy. We're going to rest for the night. But I was supposed to go to the beach, do something. in the middle of this main story. Here, no, there is none of that in the main story. Gotta go into one of the side quests for that. Idle can suck it, you're taking a
The
vacation.
heroes of the hour return.
We but did our duty, my lord. It was the memories of fallen friends and not our heroism which saw us through at the last.
That sounds about right. It's like, I'm gonna go take a break over here at the Gold Saucer
every
or
ounce of my
Costa del
strength.
Sol.
But mine efforts would have counted for naught had the Warrior of Light not arrived to challenge the Great Worm. As a sworn knight of Ishgard, I had hoped to do more for my city.
Well, we cannot all be heroes, dear brother. Let us put away our pride for a moment and revel in the valiant deeds of our comrade. For your sterling service to Ishgard, we salute you. And while we're on the subject of valiant deeds, I believe I myself have earned some small measure of recognition. Under my watchful command, the ballistas of the Outer Ward struck down a veritable swarm of Dravanian invaders.
My lord's command was certainly watchful. He bravely watched as the siege crews took aim, and continued to watch as countless wyverns met their end. Indeed, the ward's defenders proved so well drilled that my lord had little occasion to stop watching.
There are quite a few of those on Balmung. If you go looking around through the various housing areas.
There will be time enough to determine who is most deserving of recognition later. Our friends are doubtless weary from their exertions. I had chambers prepared in expectation of your return. You are welcome to retire at your leisure.
There's also a lot of cabarets and other such throughout there too.
I'm most grateful for your hospitality, my lord, but I believe I shall pay a visit to the Temple Knight's Infirmary. Pray excuse me.
All you have to know is,
Our master
well, that
Alphinaud
pay
has
attention
grown.
to
The plight of
shout
his
chat in the
stricken
main
brother in
cities.
arms pains him more than his own hurts.
Take a look through the miscellaneous
In
postings
which
in
respect he has come to
Group
resemble
Finder.
you, Warrior of Light. Go then, visit the Azure Dragoon, and grant him what comfort you may.
And on Balmung, you can, if you want to take a look, you can find anything you're wanting. Any kind of entertainment you can think of, you will find somewhere on Balmung. It's just a matter of whether or not you actually want to go looking for it. Though sometimes the actual skill, some of the people actually doing such things in the way of role-playing, not the greatest. But they're there. My friend, what can I do for the savior of Ishgard? You seek Master Alphinaud? Ah, he came to relieve me of my vigil a short while ago. When he begged to sit at Estinian's side, I could not well refuse him. Though he would sooner faint than admit it, the boy must be exhausted by Welshbegar's trial and all that followed. Cine is blessed to have such a devoted comrades. Americ appears lost in nostalgia. My own friendship with Asinian began some 10 years past, shortly after we joined the Temple Knights. I learned his name soon enough, but Asinian barely registered my existence. I was less a fellow recruit and more a shadow which occasionally darkened his path. And so I might have remained had fate not seen fit to intervene. While out on patrol, our company was set upon by a dragon, and we were the only two to survive. The experience forged a bond between us, as such life-threatening situations are wont to do. Despite our friendship, he remained an intense and solitary youth, wholly obsessed with claiming vengeance against Nidhogg. Revenge was ever at the forefront of his mind. Revenge for the death of his parents, and revenge for his younger brother. I would venture that in Alphino he sees something of his lost sibling. And in the ungentle chidings of Astinian, Alphino has found the elder brother he never had. Truth be told, Astinian's tactless observations have saved me from disaster more than once. And I can well understand Alphino's affection for him. He is a friend for whom I would gladly. Your presence is required in the infirmary, Lord Commander. Izzy, tell them I am on my way. Quickly, we must go to him. Time for a long cutscene time. Yay!
Estinian!
Cease your mewling, boy. It grates my ears.
Forgive me. When I saw you awaken, I could not... It was such a relief. We feared you might never wake up.
Now, Astinian. If Master Alphino thought any less of you, you would still be Nidhogg's plaything. Or dead.
Aye, 'twas but a jest. I thank you, Alphino. And you too, Warrior of Light. Quite how you managed to persuade Hraesvelgr to aid in his brood brother's downfall I cannot imagine. But full glad am I that you did. Yet again, you have achieved the impossible.
I, for my part, owe you an apology. When last we met, I did willingly loose an arrow at your heart. Can you forgive me?
There is naught to forgive, Hameric. You but acted in defense of Ishgard as is your duty. Were you any less single-minded about it, I would not follow you into battle, nor trust you at my back. Besides, I had come to the selfsame conclusion, that I would have to perish for Nidhogg to be stopped. So let us dispense with the hand-wringing. I have heard enough mewling for one day.
Oh!
The tendrils of Nidhogg's foul presence bound up every fiber of my being, usurping my senses, but I yet retained some trace of awareness. The worm's mind was as a vast and tumultuous sea. Endlessly its black waters churned, his grief and despair at Ratatoska's murder never calming, never receding. Driven by this surging current came wave upon wave of unrelenting rancor. It was the very image of my own heart. There I saw the dark reflection of the hatred I felt after Nidhogg slew my family, when no path remained save vengeance against dragonkind. Neither one of us had a choice. But I was blessed with something Nidhogg was not. Comrades and teachers to console and admonish me. Had I not had them to gainsay my obsession, it would surely have consumed me as Nidhogg's did him, and we would have been in all respects alike. Though his shade is banished, his spirit scattered upon the sea of clouds, I feel no joy at his passing. Where once I craved vengeance, I now crave rest. Lord Commander, my hunt is at an end. I would lay down the mantle of Azure Dragoon.
My friend.
He has tired himself with too many words. I doubt not that he will make a full recovery, but he must be allowed some few days of quiet.
In other words, get the hell out of his room and leave him alone.
I too must see my path to its end. Sleep well, my friend.
Following the battle with Nidhogg on the Steps of Faith, Sir Emeric called an assembly that he might make his final proclamation as acting head of state. 'Twas there, with one decree, that the 1,000-year rule of the archbishops was ended, paving the way for a new republic. The governance of Ishgard would now be placed in the hands of high and lowborn alike, their ranks represented by the newly founded House of Lords and House of Commons. Church was separated from state. The foundation for change had been carefully laid, and the reforms proposed by Ishgard's new government passed into law without incident. His duty done, Emeric de Burrell gladly stepped down from the Archbishop's dais, only to be raised unto the highest seat in the House of Lords. Though he strove at first to refuse this honor, the unexpectedly strident voice of the Count de Durandare left him little choice but to accept. And so it was that the winds of gentle revolution came to stir. Prominent among the many honored guests at Sir Emeric's investiture were the ambassadors of Dragonkind, a fitting symbol of Ishgard's newfound peace.
Well, the one looked to be Vidofnir. I'm not sure who the other was.
The people looked on in awe as he soared through the heavens on Dragonback. And by their cheers did they hail him an Azure Dragoon for a new age.
Who's he taking flowers to, or why does he have flowers? It didn't really seem like the Azure Dragoon really had much of a personal life.
Thus were the notes of the dragon song rewritten, the din of war giving way to a rising litany of peace and hope.
Stupid headset. Unfortunately, their disembodied nature means that would not work. I mean, right now in the story, the only way to kill off an Ascian, right now the only way to kill one is to place them into a thing of white auracite, thus giving them a material form, and then hitting it with an absolute shit ton of ether. So that way then you destroy both. You're almost on to, well, as far as I know, there's no new DLC quests, so I'm going to guess you're talking about the new expansion, which would be Endwalker. I was gazing out at the sea of clouds and idleness when I chanced to behold a certain hero wending her way towards the city on Dragonback. Welcome home. Nay, it was no grave matter that moved me to greet you in person. Between you and me, I merely sought respite from the pressures of office. No sooner do I surrender my role as temporary head of state than I am burdened with a position of more permanent responsibility. I fancy that it echoes in some small measure the way you must feel when your improbable feats of heroism are rewarded with some more impossible challenges. The myth which guided our society for generations lies in tatters. Am I then to be scorned for building upon the system of nobility that I once sought to tear down? And what strange jest is this that places me at its pinnacle, an archbishop bastard at the head of the House of Lords? But these questions are for me to answer. It's not in man's nature to change overnight. This I learned through painful experience. It was this hard lesson which convinced me to take the path which we now follow. Even as we rebuild the bridge between man and dragon, so must we reimagine Ishgard, one carefully placed stone at a time. We must remember that it is not for us that we lay this groundwork, but for the men and women that our children will become. May their towers rise proudly from the fundament of our legacy. I hear word from Captain Whitecape that Estinian has vanished from the sick room. His willfulness survives undiminished. Should you ever happen upon our unmannerly friend on your travels, pray assure him that I shall keep Ishgard safe until he deigns to come home. Thank you, and please convey my warmest regards to Master Alphino. The headset's going to want to be a pain today. Got it. I'll eventually get to those quests here on stream, but you spoke with Sir Imeric. I do not envy him his new position. Ishgard has chosen a new road, but one littered with the detritus of 1,000 years of broken faith. Yet, though I stumble from time to time, I know of none better than Sir Imeric to lead the march of progress. As for us, there remains a small matter of ushering in a new dawn in the shadow of inscrutable Ascian machinations, and a seemingly endless procession of primals. But we too must walk our chosen path, no matter how treacherous the foot. Thank you, Blaraz. Nay, you need not remain here. We shall rendezvous at the usual place. All is proceeding as expected, then. Aye, there is naught to concern us aside from one overly curious mouse. This way. Go, Thancred, go. To the cutscene, we'll do the Stream Raiders battle, which I think, again, I am going to lose miserably. Him again. It is of no moment. They will pay their death part, and we will play ours. And thus did grey mists give to azure skies. Man and dragon rise above, voices joined in song. But beneath shrouded boughs, beyond the scope of light, shadow stirs. And that is the end of 3.3.